Welcome to Animal Nonsense. I'm Jess.
I'm David.
You can follow us on socials at Animal Nonsense Pod, or you can email us at
animalnonsencepodcast@gmail.com.
Right, we have a special today because it is very nearly Valentine's Day.
That's right, and love is in the air, in the animal kingdom as well as the human.
This is from the Lancashire Wildlife Trust. Smooth newts wake from hibernation on mild February nights to participate in an elaborate courtship ritual. The male raises his impressive crest, trembles, and then whips his tail back and forth against his body, wafting chemical signals towards the object of his desire. The more extravagant his crest, the worthier a mate he is, and if the female is impressed, she'll take the packet of sperm he has dropped to fertilise her eggs. How romantic.
A packet of sperm.
Yeah.
Like he'd come back from the shops.
Like an envelope, I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you know the phrase, mad as a March hare? It refers to, in March, the brown hare go through this crazy courtship ritual of just chasing each other through fields. Well, technically it's the male chasing the doe, but just at full pelt.
Oh, right. So for observers, they might look mad.
And if the males are pushing their luck, the females will just box them.
Forgive me, when you say box them, like fisticuffs.
I think so, yeah.
Because I'm not sure if you want, like, you put them in like a little hutch box or something.
No, just a punch. None of this nonsense. All right, this is a really interesting one and quite gross. Leopard slugs.
Is it like a slug but spotty?
Yes, exactly. So they hang upside down from a string of mucus and twist their slimy bodies together. But that isn't the weirdest part. As they dangle and rotate, large blue tube-like growths emerge from each slug's head and intertwine. These are the slug's penises, and they can expand to the length of their entire body. As leopard slugs are hermaphrodites, they can fertilise each other's eggs, which they can lay up to 200 after a mating session.
I really apologise, and I know that you mentioned that you don't want things to get too smutty, but his penis can...
They each, because they're hermaphrodites, so they each have, male and female parts. They can, fertilise each other.
No, but forgive me, I've got that part of it.
Yeah.
But did you say that it, the penis would expand to the length of the entire body?
Yeah, I'll show you a picture. It's quite amazing.
I just wondered what this has done to your algorithm.
I know.
But
there you go, look.
I'm wondering, that must be quite in terms of a diversion of resources, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That's quite a significant shift.
Yeah.
I'm wondering where it loses that energy from, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Maybe it's just exhausted afterwards.
You know how sometimes if you get in bed and you've got cold feet because of bad circulation?
Yeah. Every night, yeah.
I'm wondering if they've got the equivalent of that while
maybe
in a romantic moment.
Slime off and recover. I think if you saw that, you'd definitely be very confused about what was happening.
Yeah, you would be quite... Because I would think the rest of them must... I don't know how slugs are for temperature, but they must feel really cold, the rest of them. I don't think
they're bothered, because, they're outside in the dead of winter, aren't they? I don't know how sensitive they are to cold.
So I wonder if that's by choice. Do you get, slugs in, Havana and, hot countries?
I don't know so much. Well, I imagine not dry countries.
No, because they're quite moisture-based, aren't they, a slug?
Yeah, you wouldn't get a slug in the desert.
Not that I know of.
Interestingly, you know how I love a collective noun? The collective noun for slugs is a cornucopia, which I think sounds a lot nicer than it is. Or, probably more accurately, a slime or a phlegm of slugs.
Yeah, because a collective group of slugs is like a horror film.
Yes, it is, isn't it? It's revolting. The great crested grebe. This is a bird. Courtship between these gorgeous birds is a delicate affair and doesn't begin until one has accepted the other with a ruffle of its feathers and a flaring of its resplendent ruff. Next, the water ballet can begin. The grebes start by facing each other and shaking their heads from side to side, occasionally turning to preen the feathers on their back. A sultry come hither. Then the grebes dive, resurfacing with clumps of weeds in their bills, and rush towards each other, meeting breast to breast and rearing high out of the water, paddling wildly as they do so and turning frantically in a waltz. The birds repeat this dance until they suddenly settle back onto the water and share one last headshake paired.
Really, really nice.
Yeah.
It's like Romeo and Juliet.
It is, isn't it? So one thing I find really interesting in the animal kingdom is some animals are monogamous and some are completely not. And I guess there's advantages either way, right?
Yeah, I guess maybe by expanding your mating pool, you are elongating your
genetic diversity. But then I suppose if you're in a monogamous pair, your chances of raising your young to maturity probably higher. If you produce like hundreds of eggs in one go and then that's it, you just hope for the best and like a proportion of them will survive. But if you're only having one baby every few years or whatever, then you're going to want to invest more. I got into thinking, are there any monogamous fish? And it turns out there are. Apparently many species of seahorse are monogamous.
Right.
And they're known to dance with each other every morning to strengthen the bond.
Oh, really?
Isn't that nice? Yeah.
Like the relationship.
Yeah, they bond
deepens.
over dancing.
It's like West Side Story.
Yeah.
they meet in a fishy dance. And
Clownfish mate for life, with the females being dominant. Females tend to favour the largest male they can find. That's their way. Size matters if you're a clownfish. And weirdly, they produce oxytocin, which increases nurturing behaviour in the males. And research shows that when the hormonal system is blocked, the males exhibit less care for their eggs and increased aggression.
like, love is actually altering their chemical insides.
Yeah. This oxytocin, or lack of it makes them, I want to say, less pleasant.
Right, more on edge.
More on edge, yeah.
I am.
Maybe that's what's wrong with the world at the moment. We just need more oxytocin.
And I'm obviously, I like 100%. I believe you and your research. I'm just, from a practical perspective, I'm really interested that monogamy in fish. Like, how would anyone know
that it's the same two fish?
Yeah, like, did they put a bit of Tipex on one, or like, I don't know how you would.
I guess if you are really studying fish, you get to know they have unique identifying features. Maybe they're markings or something. I don't know. You're just assuming they all look exactly the same.
I am a bit. Yeah. Like, if you had, like, I get if you had two fish in a bowl.
Yeah.
That's the only person to hang around with. They're probably going to become quite fond of each other. In like an ocean, presumably some of these fish, like, there's a lot of them. I'm wondering how they notice the same too.
I don't know. I think it's been extensively studied.
Well, no, I believe them, and I've not studied them once, and so what do I know? But that's a really, I would love to know how they were able to, like...
I bet it's the markings, like on fish. Like, I bet no two clownfish look exactly the same.
You know how, like, for actors, sometimes it's the walk of a character, or like a pair of shoes that helps them get into a particular role. Do fish have, like, a distinctive swim? Like, if you were monitoring them every day, might you recognise something in the... Not the gate.
So, like, between species, because if you're a bird watcher, that's one of the ways you can identify species, isn't it? By their flight pattern, you know, whether they're like this is great audio. I'm gesturing with my hand, but like you can kind of, there are patterns in their flight. And I imagine it's the same for fish, maybe. I don't know.
I want, like, if you had like 8 identical fish all living together and you were monitoring them like daily for a month or so, would you be able to identify all 8 from just how they moved and their behaviour? Like, I would love to. They must be able to.
Maybe.
But isn't that interesting? I wonder what they're looking out for.
Yeah. Well, this was from the Bristol Aquarium website. French angelfish are these beautiful tropical fish. They're sort of black fish, but with these bright yellow scales. They're found on coral reefs, and they are rarely seen alone and spend most of their time accompanied by their mate. They form a close relationship with their mate from a young age and will typically do everything together, including hunting, travelling and defending territory.
And these are French angelfish.
French angelfish, yeah.
That's really romantic. And is the... Actually, don't worry about me, ignore me. I'm just wondering why they were called French, because like the Barrier Reef's nowhere near France.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe it was a French explorer, or I don't know,
that's
person who discovered it.
Good point. Or certain islands in the Caribbean.
Or were they just behaving in a romantic manner?
Well, they just...
Because you do, like, of every country, you think France are the most romantic.
Yeah. There's that stereotype, isn't there?
And so I'm wondering if perhaps it was their behaviour, which would be really lovely.
Maybe. And finally, for fish, the hawksbill sea turtles choose a mate, but they've got no particular system for choosing a mate. It's not like, the biggest or the strongest or whatever.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a fishy by the turn.
They just choose for love. Well, I'm going to choose to think that they just choose a mate that they like and stick with them.
That's the one I want.
Yeah.
Really nice.
When you come back in your next life, you want to be a hawksbill sea turtle. Other monogamous animals. In a wolf pack, only the alphas are allowed to breed, which makes it easier for the alphas to display their strength and superiority over the male members of the pack, because the alpha male only has to fend off males from one female, if you see what I mean, from his mate. He doesn't need to fend them off the other females in the pack.
Like in my head, I'm picturing like a halls of residence and only one guy's got a girlfriend.
Yeah. Shingleback lizards live solitary lives, but on mating season, they will come together with the same partner year after year after year. One relationship has been recorded as being 27 years long. That's a lot. Black vultures are interesting because, unlike other birds, their monogamy is enforced. So if a male black vulture is caught philandering, the rest of the flock will turn on them with a brutal attack until he's forced to retreat back to the marital nest. And it serves as a warning to other black vultures to dissuade them from any infidelity.
Like when someone's wife throws their husband's clothes out the front window.
Yeah.
It's like a real public humiliation.
Yes. Shame. We've decided to bring in a new feature. We are having a little good news roundup. Scientists in Japan have created a plant-based plastic that dissolves completely in salt water in a matter of hours. The hole in the ozone layer is shrinking year on year and is set to make a full recovery. The UK has harnessed a record amount of wind power, generating enough electricity to power about 3/4 of the nation's homes. Democratic Republic of Congo has banned all capture, trade and possession of African grey parrots. And Kenya has just opened the world's largest rhino sanctuary, which is about twice the size of London. Enjoy your week.
You've been listening to Animal Nonsense.